Hey, today I want to share the secret to jazz bass soloing for beginners. I'll see you inside the video. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and over the years on the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, I've been asked a bunch to talk about the world of jazz bass soloing. If you followed this channel for a while, you'll know that I'm not a mega jazz bass soloist in myself, but I know enough to get by that when I'm presented with a set of chord changes, I know what to do. However, it wasn't always like that. Jazz bass soloing seemed out of sight for many years, like some kind of crazy voodoo magic. Then I learned one secret and it started to all fall into place, which I'm going to share in just a second with you. Before I get going, I want to credit a fantastic jazz guitarist here on YouTube called Dan Wise, whose ideas have really inspired me for this video. They're very in line with how I think about jazz soloing on the bass guitar, so please do check him out too. Also, I want you to know there's a completely free PDF that comes with this lesson, so you can see everything I'm going to show you today written out in standard notation and tab. Link in the description below. So let's get straight down to it. What is the secret to jazz bass soloing? The first part of this secret is well-placed chromatic notes. The second part is landing chord tones on the strong beats of the bar. So what does that mean? The root, the third, the fifth, and the seventh, typically placed on either the first beat of the bar or the third beat of the bar. So that's it. I'm going to take you through now 6 examples to show you how this works in action, starting off with a simple major scale. So if I play a simple F major scale descending in isolation, it doesn't really have that jazz sound to it. Let me demonstrate. That's because the chord tones aren't falling in the right place and they're only 7 notes. But we can add a chromatic note to this, which is well placed, which will make all of the difference. Let me demonstrate. As you can hear, it's starting to come alive. So what we're doing there is we're coming down the F major scale and we are going to add in an extra chromatic note to make the 5th note of the scale land directly on the 3rd beat of the bar. Let me demonstrate. So the notes we are playing there is we're playing the octave, we're playing the major 7th, we're playing the 6th, and then we're going to add in the sharpened 5th here, or the flattened 6th, depending how you look at it, and that is going to enable us to land directly on the 5th of the scale, the halfway through the bar. That will give us our chord tone on beat 3, and then there are enough notes in the scale for us to simply descend after that. So I play the whole lick in isolation. So there we go. You can start to see by just adding one note, it starts to come alive. Where can we take this next? So the next stage is to try this ascending. Let me demonstrate. So what I'm doing is I'm going up the first 5 notes of the major scale and landing the 5th note of the scale directly on the 3rd beat of the bar, like this. So that works really nicely and leads our ear to the central part of the bar. And then to continue on after that, I'm going to add in that sharpened 5th or flattened 6th, and then the 6th, and then the major 7th, and then the octave like so. So we get this phrase. So we end up with a phrase which is perfectly 1 bar long. So descending, we have this. And then ascending, we have this. So this is an example of just how you can add one simple chromatic note to the major scale that makes all the difference. So for our 3rd example, I want to up the gas a little bit and resolve to the 3rd. So far, we've resolved to the root like so. But these lines sound so much stronger and so much more interesting if we resolve to the 3rd of the chord. So here's a line which will make this work perfectly. Check this out. And again. So what we're doing there is we are going down the first half of the pattern that we've already worked out. And then we're going to hit the 4th. Then to get to the 3rd at the beginning of the next bar, we are going to add in 2 chromatic notes before that. So this is our 3rd. we're going to go from the second, the sharpened second, and then we're going to hit the third. That's going to land us directly on the first beat of the next bar. So again, the phrases. And really slowly. This is really, really powerful to create that jazz or bebop sound, is to add those chromatic notes, particularly landing on the third of the bar at the end of our phrase. Now, the great thing is once we've landed on the third of the bar, we can then go chromatically back down to land on the root again. So let me explain. So we can extend the phrase by doing that. Let me just play it slowly in isolation so you can hear the whole phrase, then I'll take it apart. Once more. Now I will say there are multiple ways of fingering this. Please do experiment and have some fun because you may find a better way that works for your particular hands. So let's take this apart phrase by phrase. Here's the first part. Carrying on. And then carrying on. So you can look at this as 3 mini phrases in one. Let's put it together slowly and then we'll take it up to tempo. And then faster. So as you can see, well-placed chord tones and well-placed chromatics make a world of difference and really, really spice up and supercharge the simple major scale. Now I've got a quick favor to ask. If you're watching this video for the first time and you're not subscribed to the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, please can you hit the red button, which is somewhere around this video. What this means is you'll be the first to know when a new lesson goes live, and you'll also never miss a video either. So please do hit the red subscribe button, which is somewhere around this video. So you've heard me add simple chromatics to the major scale. Naturally, this is the tip of the iceberg, and we can do this with the minor scale. Let me demonstrate. So what I'm doing there is I'm simply taking an F minor scale, the Aeolian scale, and adding in a chromatic note. Now, the most powerful chromatic note you can add to the minor scale straight out of the gate is the major 7th. So this is the scale without the added chromatic. Now with the chromatic, so what I'm doing there is I'm playing the octave, the major 7, and then the flattened 7th, and that lands that flat 7 directly on one of the strong beats of the bar. And then the chord tones all follow naturally after that. Now naturally, we can do that ascending too. So we have this phrase now descending and ascending. Now I want to leave you with just one more idea, which works great on the minor scale. What we can do is we can wrap around our target note. So say we are going down our minor scale, and our target note is this A flat here. What we can do is we could play one chromatic note above, we can play one chromatic note below our target note, and then we can land on the A flat, which is the minor 3rd. Let me explain. Okay, and this is a wonderful way of landing on that minor 3rd, but then we can continue this on to our root note to resolve. So to hit our resolving root note, what we can do is we can go from one note above, which is going to be the F sharp or G flat, to the E below, to the F there. Make sure you download the PDF, which will have this written all out. But let me demonstrate this slowly to you right now. And then up to speed. So guys, that's the end of today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please do let me know. If you'd like me to put out more videos on jazz bass soloing, do let me know in the comments below. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com, and I'll catch you next time.